Oh, our cameras are still on.
yeah, it's cut.
Look at your Hollywood smile. You got just for the listeners. We've started now. Jack's paid a hand over fist to get his Hollywood
handsome
smile
fee,
ready.
let me tell you.
Handsome fee, because he's now got these absolute gorgeous pearly whites, and they're so. What did he pay for? Like Invisalign?
Yeah, Invisalign. So I had little knobbly.
He said, "I'm going to become Wales's biggest Welsh history podcaster. I need the mouth.
I'm going to be a star, Franco. I don't care what you say. And when I get there, I want the smile to match it."
Welcome to Tales for Wales, the pod that never fails to show you what Welsh history is. Sorry,
Yeah,
I've had so many pints.
We sort of bypassed that already, haven't we?
Yeah, I mean, this episode is for us. This is for the diehards. This is not for the casual
If any of you
listener.
think we've been doing this for you lot, just put that aside for tonight. It's gone.
No, for the other episodes, yes. Tonight is an episode for me, you, and our drunken listeners, because we are. Should we give everyone? We'll tell everyone what we're doing. We've decided that we're gonna instead of having to do actual research, we're gonna do a play-at-home quiz, or a quiz you can play along with on Welsh history. So it's a bit of a cop-out for us. It means we can have more bevs and not have to research. But
not sorry.
It'll be a laugh. Classic. Yeah. But it's a chance for us to. We've had a long week. We've had a tough old time.
What do you want from us? You can't just keep churning out like top tier content constantly. You sometimes you've got to have a lull. And I'm sorry, but this is it.
And well, we're going to do a quiz you can find online, but play along with us, and we'll try and pause it to give you a second. Well, actually, whilst we deliberate, you can answer along. But it's 30 questions, and it's from a reputable source we like to call the Wales Online. So it makes perfect sense.
I
We're
feel
Wales
kind of bad
in your
like
ears.
driving traffic towards them because they've got the most dog shit website ever.
Did you see? So Will Hayward is a journalist for Wales Online, and he's brilliant. If you don't follow him on Twitter, give him a follow. He's really, really good journalist. And there's another like prominent Welsh. If you go on Twitter and you follow lots of Welsh things, you'll probably know all these people. But like Welsh Twitter is a real place where they're always kicking off about something. Like Twitter's just a cesspool of hate and vitriol and all that stuff.
Just nastiness.
But I think it's a guy called Johnny Owens. He's really like prominent with Welsh Twitter stuff. He said Wales Online, like, how is this a website? It's just unreadable. He kind of kicked off saying, and he showed a video of like scrolling through Wales Online, just advert after advert.
It's
and
awful.
Then Will Hayward,
Awful.
well, he replied saying, "Listen, no one is more pissed off than this than the journalists who work for the Wales Online. This is not, just not good enough." And he said publicly on Twitter that they're going to be fixing it in the next few months. They're working on a new platform to get rid of that. Because also, if you go to like the Liverpool Online, Wales Online is owned by the same company who own a bunch of papers, and especially like regional stuff, and all the websites are the same, where it's like 50 clickbaity articles in between.
The pop-ups,
but
man,
yeah,
and the autoplay fucking videos and stuff. It's so irritating.
If you're on your phone, it's just unusable. But apparently it's changing. So yeah, Will said that's going to change from now on. Yeah.
Are we going to start with our usual, our review? We're going to review this episode.
Sounds good. Yeah.
I've got a couple lined up ready. One of our latest ones, actually. So, we've been asking you guys basically every episode to give us a couple of reviews and 5 stars and whatever, and you guys have come up trumps. So, thank you. And I'll go with the first one here. This is from a guy called Pringle Tube on Apple Podcasts.
Already sounds sinister.
I know. Don't want to know what that's about, but
yeah,
you'll love it.
Either he's got a cock like a Pringle tube, or he's got an arse like a Pringle tube.
Or he shags Pringle tubes. Either or. It's one of those three. It's nothing in between. And he's got to start off, and this is very nice. The title is "My Lovely Boys." 5 stars.
Oh,
and
what a man!
I know.
Oh,
it warms the heart, doesn't it? What a Pringle tube. And he said, "Incredible how 2 guys can go from personal stories about their days of bullying their own friends, being borderline pissheads, and the inability to socially interact with others, to explaining the intricacies of key moments in Welsh history with such heft. Do the Rebecca riots, you cowards."
He is cut to the core of me with those sentences there. That's exactly every element of my personality.
Yeah, you've just summed up, me in a nutshell.
Also, Pringle Tube, the next episode will be fully around bullying each other as friends, because we're doing the knowing me, knowing you, like I mentioned a second ago, and that is my
that's what you like.
are Yeah,
good.
stay tuned because mine are very. We're meant to be telling stories about each other's lives just like anecdotes with each other. I got a very strong anti-Jack agenda in my.
Oh God, why have you done that? Why have you told me this? I'm still going to be so anxious for the next one now because I've done mine, and like I've done the opposite, wholesome, and I've gone like these aren't specifically like just little stupid things you've done. They're like times me and you've had that are really funny together. So thanks for that in advance. That's going to be fun.
Yin and yang, dark and shade, light and shade. That's what you need.
That's how we work.
Also, we got the cameras on today. We don't normally have them.
I know. I'm not noticing too much of a slow. Maybe see each other. Reaction.
Should we keep it on?
I was going to say, just for Pringle Tube as well, Rebecca Riot, that is on our to-do list, mate. All right? So, we're not cowards.
Yeah.
Until we do it with cowards. Well, actually, we'll see.
We actually, it's so true. We are being cowardly because it seems too much of a hefty thing to revise. So we are being quite cowardly, just putting it off.
It's not cowardly because of the context or the subject matter. It's just because it's a big old thing. It's a chunky thing.
Should we commit? Should we commit and we'll put that in season 4 then? Should we put that in the next one?
Go on then. If fucking Pringle Tube's going to throw the gauntlet down, I'll rise to the occasion.
I'll do it. Yeah. So I'm moving my mic around a bit too much here. Right, that's it done. How's your week been anyway, man?
Yeah, it's been all right. It's I was in the doghouse for a little bit. But it's all right. I'm out now. I'm on day release.
He's off the lead, baby.
He's a dog.
He's a dog. Oh, Jack's a dog. But no. Well, we won't go into it.
No, just know, listeners, that I deserved it, basically.
And that sounds so much worse. No, you just stayed out late, didn't you? You stayed out too late.
Well, yeah, on the promise that I wouldn't,
Promises were made, promises were broken.
I've learned my
lesson. I just want to clarify, you've done nothing.
Oh, no, it's no infidelity or anything. It's okay, it's fine. 2 months into marriage, can you
no
imagine?
One who says the word no one says the word infidelity commits infidelity.
No, exactly. You guys know me better than that. My ladies.
Yeah. No. What do you think Jack got in trouble for? I don't know. Been at the pub too long? Yeah. Ding, 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 ding.
Fair enough. But
I've been out tonight. So I was meeting up with old work friends and I skipped dinner. So I'm a little bit ahead of you on Cannes front. But so I'm you can tell the feverish attitude of me. I'm so excited. So I wasn't even going to mention you being in the doghouse. I thought you would be like, oh, no, that's not. But you brought it up. And I thought maybe my booziness would have brought it up. It's all anecdotes at the end.
It's all content, isn't it?
I finished work early today because I had to do a talk in front of 5,000 people, but it was online. It was an online thing, so it's kind of less hassle. But because I'm such an anxious person, I had to write my script word for word verbatim. So then when someone would I'd write. I work in social media, so I was giving a talk about social media, about Threads. The new channel.
Oh yeah,
that new Instagram, the new platform for Meta.
Mm-hmm. I'm aware of that. I'm down with the kids, mate. I know what's going on.
Yeah. Well, I had to give a talk around how Threads might be used, and because I'm so nervous about talking, I wrote everything down like verbatim. And then when people were asking questions, it would cut through my script, so I'd answer them, then I'd go and I'd say, you might actually have more words on. You have less words on Twitter than you have on this, and then I'd repeat what I just said like a robot. I'd be like, and the next thing about Threads is
like a sab for a joke as well, like going, it's less on Twitter than a thing. But Twitter, am I right? Zuckerberg, am I right?
Well, I left breaks for applause and like breaks like that.
Of course so I was like,
did. Wait, because I'll just read. I was like, they're gonna get blown away.
They're gonna learn this.
There's loads of like shit companies, or like loads of like shit banter around Cinnabon did a thread saying, they put a tweet out, or their version of a tweet, what they call a thread, saying, I am Cinnabon. And then Greg said, I am sausage roll. Then Starbucks replied saying, I am coffee. And it was all that kind of stuff. And I was like, oh, it's like...
Sounds fucking hilarious.
Yeah. And I said, it's so unfunny, but it's so corporate trying to be a laugh with it all. And I made a little quip in there, and I waited for a laugh. But because it's on Zoom, everyone's muted, so there was no one you could hear laugh anyway. So I just like, and blah, 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 ...
And if any of the audience like me, they have their cameras off anyway. So like, even if I did
my camera
do a little like... even if I did a little, you wouldn't even see my head move or anything. If it was, you're much better than me, because if I was asked to do something like that on Threads, my entire script, I left it till last minute, and then my entire script would be going, it only came out like a fucking week ago. What do you expect me to know about it, for God's sake?
That was my answer.
Google it.
Every single question they came up saying, do you think this will happen? I went, I don't know. Do you think this will happen? It's new. Do you think this I don't know. It's too early to tell. It's too quick to tell.
I'm not the fucking Zuck, right? I don't know.
Well, Zuckerberg and Elon Musk are planning to have a fight with each other. So I was like, maybe the winner of the fight. Go on.
No, good. That was better what you were going to say.
I stopped because we got cameras on and your face just dropped.
Let's turn the cameras off because I was going to say it's doing the lag though.
Your pearly whites are too distracting. It's just such a gorgeous smile. I can't look away.
Yeah. No, I was going to say that the fight between Zuck and Musk. I know it sounds bad, but I would watch it. But I have the the advantage that I wouldn't have to pay for it, if you get my drift.
Yeah. He's a Captain Morgan of our times, if you will.
Well, some might say the greatest pirate of the Golden Age. I don't know.
But you have heard of him. Yeah, no, but I don't think it will happen, but it will be such a depressing time where our, the most powerful man in our world right now is
we'd have reached
computer nerds.
Peak low. I mean, peak low, that's something I've just quoted. But yeah, no, I saw some posts and it was like going, hang on a minute, the people that run everything are going to be fighting for our entertainment. That's absolute turn Rome on its head.
Yeah, I was thinking that. It's like, they are the gladiator, but they're two fucking nerds. They're just such losers. Zuckerberg is the biggest nerd in the world. And Musk is a fucking freak. I hate them. It's so annoying that I work in it, so I just hear about them all the fucking time.
Yeah, it's frustrating, isn't it? I know that the Zuck has got he won some sort of jiu-jitsu. I'm sorry, yeah.
Yeah, but as if he's not just I
think if you met him down the pub, and you
batter him. Have you
put
seen
one
him?
right in his fucking suckhole, he'd fucking go down. Oh no, sorry, it'd be like in Men in Black, where there was the faces come off and they got a tiny little alien in their head,
No, I reckon
maneuvering the robot.
He's like when they fight Putin or North Korea. No one's going to beat him up because they're all going to just say, "Oh yeah, you've done me here." It's all going to be so staged, and they're not going. Zuckerberg's not going to let someone beat him, are they? I've had tougher shits than Zucker.
Yeah, well, I saw that he was training with some ex-MMA guys or whatever. But I imagine how much fucking coin those guys are making for training.
Exactly.
They're not going to go, oh yeah, Zuck, you're so strong, Mark. I've never had my arm snapped before in professional sports, but you really almost did it then. You're so good.
Do you really think some nerd who made a website, an absolute computer boffin, is going to be able to beat someone up in a fight? You're fucking... I don't know. I just feel it's so clearly not real.
You can train up as much as you want and get as hench as you want, I think,
Well, say what you like about Jake Paul, for example. He's clearly ripped and he trains every day. So I think, well, yeah, you're not a boxer, but you're getting to that stage. Well, Zuckerberg's just an absolute boff. Have you seen how obsessed he is with sweet baby J sauce, what that thing is? He's really into his smoking meats, and there's loads of complaints.
Oh, Baby Ray's, is it? Sweet Baby Ray's?
Yeah, Baby Ray's. Yeah, he's a freak, he's a loser, he's a nerd. Anyway, let's waste no more time.
I'm just saying you can't have a killer instinct if you're the Zuck, can you? You can't make a social media website and have a killer instinct.
No. You can have a killer instinct in a digital capacity, but no chance online.
Oh, in a corporate sense, yeah. Quote me on that.
Yeah. Yeah, you could in the octagon of the digital realm. Yeah, sure, mate. But in real life, that's the best thing about rich billionaires. The only thing we have is I could still batter him in a fight. If he then becomes good at fighting, then what else have we got?
Yeah, I wouldn't accept it even if he really was that good.
No, go on then. Out you go. So letting the dog out. Right, shall we get started then on this episode? Where we're going to look at what we've learned so far, and we're going to complete a quiz online. And we haven't run out of ideas. We're just a bit tired,
lazy.
So we're going to go through a quiz that the Wales Lions kindly put together, and I checked a few of the questions to make sure it wasn't complete dog shit. And the first two made me feel, I reckon it's going to be decent. So I've only seen the first two. I didn't answer them. I just went through them quickly. But I'm going to read out the question. and then I'm going to read out the 3 options it gives you. Well, there actually might be more than 3 options, but I'm going to read out the options it gives you. Me and Jack are going to deliberate, and then we'll pick an answer we've got to agree on.
Going through it together. I like that.
Yeah, got to go through it together. And then listeners at home, let us know if you beat us, which I assume you will trounce us. But for the first question...
I thought it was... sorry, mate, to interrupt before you get started. I thought this was going to be a fucking open-ended, no multiple choice. I thought it was like a fucking closed book. And we're just going to have to... It's going to like, give us a question and go... I'm going to be like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Llewellyn, what?
What?
Question 1. So, which ancient Celtic tribe inhabited southeast Wales? Is it Odifices, Ciliers, or Iceni?
We know that.
We know
one,
that.
Surely.
That's Ciliers.
That's the old Ciliers, mate.
That's the old Ciliers, you daft. Correct. The Ciliers tribe inhabited South Wales. Which medieval king codified ancient Welsh law used for hundreds of years after his death? Come on.
Your bloody favourite, isn't it?
All that, Llewellyn the Great, or Griffith ap Cynan, who, we mentioned Griffith ap Cynan last week on the last episode, or Gwenllian's episode. That's his, I think that's the person in charge of, is that either the King of Deheubarth or King of North Wales? Llewellyn
he was,
Llewellyn the Great.
He was the half Celt, half Viking, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Gwenllian's
So we know that's Hordar. Come on.
He's featured on bloody 2 episodes. We know Hordar. We talk about him all the time.
Wake up, Wales Online. We've covered this.
Oh, God. If this is what's this called? The podcast? Nah, fuck that then. Let me start again.
No, that's in. Too late.
Nah,
what's it called? The podcast. Yeah.
You don't get to redo jokes in real life, do you? No, never mind.
So, which Roman Empire emperor is held in Welsh mythology and the song Yma o Hyd? Magnus Maximus, Julius Caesar, Augustus.
I think that's Magnus, right?
It is. Do you know the song? My name is Magnus Maximus Aurelius. We'll put that in. Drop
Magnus Maximus or Hyd. Yeah, I know the lyrics.
Yeah. Yeah. So correct is Magnus. Where did the first recorded Eisteddfod take place? Oh, well, I won't tell you the year, but you tell me, what year do you think the first ever Eisteddfod took place?
Oh, is this going to be like way before I ever thought it was?
Let me know. Let me enter your thought palace. Tell me.
Right, I'm thinking at the moment, the first sort of thing in my head came in about, I don't know, the 1800s, I'm thinking.
Okay.
But I don't know, but I'm thinking, was like Welsh sort of, not liberties, but like, were the Welsh allowed to do their own shit back then? I don't even know.
Well, let me shock you. 1176.
1176? Fucking hell.
So it says, where did the first recorded Eisteddfod take place in 1176? Was it Caernarfon, Cardigan, or Machynlleth? Now, I'm going to say Caernarfon simply because that's kind of where Wales, at that time in history, Wales was in strong control of.
You know what? You've just jogged my memory there. I swear to God, in one of the Princes of Wales, in the Princes of Wales episodes when we're talking about them, I swear to God there was one in there that was like, he gave away or he earned the first. Oh, it was one of them was like the sort of the guy who got the bards or the poets, to be like a unified, not a union, but you know what I mean. Like they had like their own.
They're the TUC.
They had their own like. Yeah, the old RMT back in the medieval times, but they But yeah, he sort of unified the Bard's Code or
DFW,
something.
Druids for Wales.
Nicely done. But yeah, I'm sure he was one of them, and I should know that. But I'm going to go with you.
Well,
I reckon. Was you say Carnarvon?
Carnarvon? Yeah.
Yeah, Carnarvon. Yeah, go for Carnarvon. Yeah.
Wrong. Cardigan. Fuck you, Wales Online. Fake news.
Cardigan. Thanks, Wales Online, for outing us as people who don't know fucking anything about this country.
So this here is a photo, which doesn't help massively. But the question is, this castle was the birthplace of Henry VII, or Harry Tydyd in Welsh. So where is it? I actually know. I was reading about him the other day. So I was reading because he was the person who fought in the War of the Roses. I didn't realise this, but he was the one who was fighting in the War of the Roses, and he was. I knew he was from Wales, but I think we should do an episode on him because he was like a really inexperienced leader. And like when his fight happened at Bosworth, the reason I know this, I drove past Bosworth the other day.
3 attempts then. I love that.
Well, I was going to edit around that, so I was hoping they wouldn't know.
No, you got to keep that in now.
But yeah, he was like a really inexperienced leader when he took over. But I know where he was born. So the options are Harlech, Caerphilly, or Pembrokeshire Castle.
It's got to be Harlech, right? Because isn't that what the song about Men of Harlech is about? Or that's actually about a siege, I know, but I'm not
stupid.
Have I fucked it?
No. It's so Harlech. The Men of Harlech is around that song. That song does come from the English Civil War, the War of the Roses. But he's from Pembrokeshire. I'm sure of that.
Oh,
so he was born.
We'll go with you then.
Correct. Pembroke Castle.
There we go. Imagine I said, like you went, I know he's from Pembrokeshire, and I went, I don't care. Go with my gut feeling. I went, we got it wrong. How was that happen?
Fuck you. I know. Yeah. So which rugby club is the oldest in Wales? I'm not a big Welsh rugby fan. Big Welsh football fan. Couldn't really care much about, mostly because of how bad the Welsh Rugby Union are. I think, like, I want all the teams to do well. They're big parts of communities, but I know very little. But shall I give you the options? Welsh Rugby is the oldest. Which Welsh rugby club is the oldest in Wales? And your choices are Llanelli, RFC, Neath, or Pontypridd. All very esteemed clubs.
All have areas that are rich in history as well. You know what? My dad
Where's speaking to you?
A Llanelli Dragons fan, so
I was
for
his
sake,
Llanelli.
I'll go for that.
Wrong. Twas Neath.
Neath. First things ever fucking good has happened there, right? Am I right? Am I right?
From where did ladies in Welsh costume supposedly repel a French invasion in 1797? That's a bit of a spoiler because I'm going to research this episode. Actually, no. I don't know if that's right. Because, can I tell you my thinking?
Go.
The French tried to invade Fishguard and the people fought them back, and there was like a small contingency there, but I don't think that's where the ladies dressed up, but it might be. Because I know the story is they dressed up in their husbands' like outfits and they came down the hill marching. But I think when the French attacked Fishguard, there's an actual army. So I'm thinking Cardigan.
God, I don't know. What's the options again? Sorry.
So Fishguard, Cardigan, Pembroke.
Fishguard, Cardigan, Pembroke. Oh God. And you don't think it's the same thing you're talking about in Fishguard, you say, or you're going to talk about? Sorry.
I don't think it is. I'm thinking Cardigan.
Right, I'm gonna show you up right here, right now on the pod. And I reckon it is Fishguard.
Okay, let's go. Oh, you dirty little bastard.
Have
Correct. 'Tis Fishguard.
Yes. I really hope that they are two completely separate incidences in history.
Stories and they happen.
Yeah.
All right, question 8. Who was the last native Prince of Wales? Now, so your options are Llewellyn ap Griffith, which is the guy who died in 1282. Llywelyn the Great,
Yeah.
Llywelyn Fawr, his grandfather. So we know it's not him. Or
We know it's not
Owain
him.
Glyndŵr. So it
Right, this is
depends how you define
difficult
the last
because
prince.
Llywelyn was the last recognised prince
That's
elsewhere.
what I'm thinking.
Owain was the last recognised prince in Wales, but
In
no one
Wales,
else
yeah.
regarded him as
I think the
as
French.
prince.
I think the French regarded him. I think
Yeah,
maybe the
because he had
French
connections,
regarded him
didn't he?
as-
Through because Llawgoch
Yeah.
had like similar
Yeah.
support, didn't he?
Yeah, I think, but I agree because like the last actual prince recognised was Llywelyn, and someone,
Go to Ellen,
so,
I
I
reckon,
don't know.
and if they do
you reckon?
Owain, we need to send a stern fucking letter or tweet at
I'm
the
gonna.
minimum.
Can I? You strong-armed me in the last one, and I'm gonna strong-arm
on.
you and say, I bet you they say Owain Glyndŵr. Oh, fuck off, cunt, prick, dick, shit, fuck. Oh,
It's
Sean
Llewellyn.
Griffith was the last name.
Oh,
Yeah.
they fuckers have done their research. The bastards.
Bastards.
Turns out
sorry.
Wales Online do know a thing or two about nuance, am I right?
So, next one, we'll move swiftly on. Which Victorian aristocrat built Cardiff docks, helping establish the Welsh coal industry?
Oh, Tiger King. That's why they called it Tiger Bay, isn't it?
You got Joe Exotic, we got John Crichton Stewart, Richard Crawshay, and Sir Samuel Romilly. Now, Richard Crawshay we've covered. I can't believe how much we know, especially for two guys who knew fuck all about actual history. Richard Crawshay was the guy in Merthyr. I think we cover him in the Merthyr uprising.
Yeah, that's right. And the Sir Samuel
we know
Romilly
Sir Samuel is in Barry.
Yeah, we know. Yeah, we know that's the Barry
So I'm gonna say
Wetherspoon,
it's
so
him.
we know.
Do you
I would
reckon it's
assume
him?
so, yeah. Yeah, go for him.
Oh, it's the other guy we didn't mention, John Crichton Stewart. And
Well, we
it
haven't
makes
done an
sense,
episode
Mount
on him,
Stewart.
stupid Wales Online, you idiots.
Mount Stewart is the pub down the bay. Why didn't we think of that? Why don't we always go for the pubs? We only know Sir Samuel Romilly because of the spoons in Barry.
God damn it. Also, I like how you said
Alright.
as well, you know, how much we've learned since we did this. You know how at the very start, in like episodes like 1 to 3, say, we're a couple of Welsh history enthusiasts. Let me just say now, it's not a lie as such, but we were nowhere near as well informed as we are
liked
now.
history. No, we liked history, but we were not by any means experts.
I liked scanning Wikipedia when I was on my lunch break, and then that was about it. But now I got books, actual books.
I bought a new book the other day called. Someone on Instagram recommended it to us, and it's called Welsh Folklores for Adults and Children, and it's apparently really good. So
That sounds up my street, man.
Anyway,
I bought one as well.
question
I got
10.
the. Sorry to interrupt. I got the.
No, go on.
You know, I mentioned the Godolphin in one of the Welsh. The King Arthur ones. I got a book on that now, and it's got the old, the Hen Cymraeg. It's like the old Cymraeg. Old Welsh versions, and the like sort of modernised English versions as well. Now, as someone who can speak Welsh, the old Welsh is very hard to read. So I have sort of resorted to the English ones. I'm bloody loving it, even though it's all prose and like poetry shit that I'm not normally into. It's very good.
Oh, cool. That's well, that's a thing to look forward to. We're actually investing in this podcast. I got to say, we're only on question 10, so let me head on.
Sorry, keep going.
This amphitheatre was part of a Roman settlement at Caerleon. What was the Latin name for the fort there? Segonatium, Aquae Sulius, Isca Augusta.
I want to say Isca Augusta.
Ooh, well, I want to say
for?
Aqua Sulis because it looks like it's similar to how you spell the Ciliers. But we know as Augusta was there, so let's go.
Where did you say? Did you say Caerleon?
So yeah, the one in Caerleon, in South, in Newport.
You're onto something there, I think.
Or Isca Augusta, but isn't Augusta the guy who came over?
Yeah, I think Augustus, I think, was he might have been one of the governors at the time, but it would make sense because Caerleon was one of the strongholds that they fought the Ciliers back from. So I don't know what that what was it called? Something Siluria. That might be something
Aquia.
in Latin.
But Aquia
Siluria.
like Bath.
Sounds like water, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know.
think you're
maybe
right with Augusta.
yeah.
Let's go with Augusta.
Okay, go on then. And if I'm wrong, it's your fault.
Correct. We're in, baby.
Correct. Yeah, right.
Oh. Where was the Liberal Prime? So the only Welsh Prime Minister. This is background information. I think the only ever Welsh Prime Minister was David Lloyd George. David Lloyd George. So the question is, where was Liberal Prime Minister David Lloyd George born? Caernarfon, Liverpool, Manchester. I think he's from Manchester or Liverpool. He's definitely not born in Wales, but I think he was like he grew up in Wales.
Right. Well, you're probably better at guessing this than me, mate. You'll have to take the reins on this one.
I also think he spoke Welsh as well, but I'm going to say Manchester. I think that's a trick question. He's he grew up in Wales, very Welsh, speaks Welsh, died in Wales, but yeah, I think he was born in Manchester.
Outside, yeah.
Correct. David Lloyd George was born in Manchester.
Come on.
Oh, this is quite an easy one. Where did it just says, where did this poet and writer die? And it's just got a picture of what's he called? Fucking. I can
not great the picture rounds, mate.
No, but who's a fucking famous? Do not go lightly. Do not go quietly to that dark.
Into that good night or whatever.
Yeah,
fucking. I know, bloody. It's in Interstellar, isn't it?
We got that wrong. Do not go gently into the night. That's it, isn't it? Dylan Thomas.
Do not go quietly into that fucking banging night. Yeah.
Yeah. Do not go screaming and pounding. Yeah. Do not go gently into that good night. It's the rage against the dying of the light.
That's the one. Yeah. D. Toms. Yeah.
So he says. So it says, where did this poet and writer die? London, Paris, New York. And I know for a fact he died in New York after drinking like 40 whiskies. And people thought he died of like his liver, but I think he was actually a diabetic, and he died because of the lack of insulin or I don't know how diabetes work, but he died because he had too many glasses of whiskey that was spiking his sugar.
Hey man, what a way to go!
So
I mean, I don't like whiskey. Correct. I prefer spice rum if I'm going to go that way. But hats off to you, mate. To each your own.
Hey, where was the notorious 18th century pirate Bartholomew Black Bart Roberts born, or as we called him, Barty the? Newgale, Casnewydd Bach, or Haverfordwest. Now, I think we both know this one.
Casnewydd Bach, baby.
Casnewydd Bach, I am, baby. Yeah, correct. When was Plaid Cymru formed? 1925, 1955, 1936.
Ooh, this is one for you, mate. I don't think I have an idea.
I reckon it happened after the First World War, after Welsh people were treated badly. So I'm going to say 1925. Yeah. Like Welsh people would like really, when they joined the British Army, they had a shit time of it. Okay,
yeah,
so
go on.
1925.
I'll back on that.
Plaid Cymru was formed in 1925.
Yeah, baby. Go on, Cymru. Come on, Cymru.
Go on, Cymru. In 1881, Parliament passed legislation banning what in Wales? Children working in the mines, teaching in Welsh, or Sunday drinking?
1881.
Now, all those things were banned in Wales at one point.
Yeah.
So
Sunday drinking. Can you imagine if that happened now? I'd be
that was only stopped. That was only stopped in like the 80s. Like Aberystwyth was dry on Sundays until like the early 90s.
Madness. Right. So give me the options again. So it was kids working in mines. It was speaking Welsh.
Teaching Welsh. So teaching in Welsh rather than speaking Welsh.
I reckon teaching in Welsh. Is that when the Welsh knot was around?
Yeah, let's give that a go. Wrong. I was going to say that it's the drinking because the funny, light-hearted one. So yeah, they banned Sunday drinking in 1881.
What bastards? Oh, maybe the Welsh knot was way earlier than that, actually. Welsh knot would probably be like, I don't know. I don't even know.
I think it's a Victorian era. It's a Victorian time, so I'm assuming it's around then. Okay, number 16. This man was top scorer for Wales at the 1958 World Cup with 2 goals. What was his name? Ivor Allchurch, John Charles, Cliff Jones.
It's got to be you, mate. You've got to do this one.
It's Ivor Allchurch.
I have no idea.
Correct, Ivor Allchurch. So the next one, number 17. What was the real name of the martyr of the Merthyr Rising, Dick Penderyn? Do you remember it off the top of your head?
Oh God, it's in my noggin. It's gonna be. fuck's sake. I'm not going to be able to remember it now, am I? It's something...
So, William Williams is one option.
Oh,
Thomas Owen.
is it... Go on, keep going. I think I know it.
Richard Lewis.
Richard Lewis, that's the one.
Yeah, that's the Dick. The Dick comes from Richard, which never made sense. Why is Dick short for Richard?
And also, in Welsh, they don't do the Dick with a K. They do it with just the D-I-C.
It's just the DIC. So, Dick.
Yeah.
Suck
my dick.
Suck my Dick, Lewis. So I'm going to say it's Richard Lewis. Correct. The real name of the martyr was Dick Penderyn. Richard Lewis. Nye Bevan founded the NHS, but what constituency did he represent? Rhondda, Ebbw Vale, Caerphilly. It's the Rhondda, isn't it?
He's Rhondda, I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Oh, Ebbw Vale. We're falling
You're
apart.
joking. God.
Oh.
We know nothing.
When was Monmouthshire officially made part of Wales? Now, this is some mad numbers. 1974, 1542, or 1997?
I think it's 1542, and this is complete bollocks. Like, I'm talking out my arse here, but I am sure one of those princes in that book I read, when I didn't talk about on the thing, was the guy who brought Monmouthshire into what would have been, is that Morgannwg at that time, or Deheubarth, I'm not sure, one of those.
So around that time was like Henry VIII, wasn't it? When was Henry VIII? He was 1491 to 1547. So this is Henry VIII's time. Would he have brought it in? I know he had Welsh. His dad was Welsh. 1999 was when Wales got the devolution, wasn't it? But 1997, I think, is when they voted for it. So I don't think it's that one.
No,
I'll go with 1542.
Oh, go on, you can try it. I think I'll be wrong, but
no, it's 1974.
74. Bloody hell, that seems so recent. Was he Monmouth? Monmouth was that?
Yeah.
Monmouth, in the 70s, it wasn't, until the 70s, it wasn't Wales. That's insane.
But people forget that Wales wasn't devolved until like 30 years, well, like 21 years ago, whatever it is. 24 years ago?
Yeah, didn't even have our own government before that, yeah.
Yeah, you were just a pawn in England's rich game. Poet Heddwyn was killed at which World War I battle? The Somme, Passchendaele, or Verdun? It's the Somme, I'm pretty sure.
The Somme, yeah. Go on, yeah. I'll take your lead on that, mate.
Oh, good. Got it wrong.
Nice.
It's Passchendaele. So, of the 122 British soldiers who fought the Zulus at the Battle of Rorke's Drift, how many were Welsh? 65, 73, 32. So that film's kind of famous for it being around like the regiment from Brecon. They're like the whole thing is about them being Welsh soldiers. They even sing the Men of Harlech on. But
I was going to say that the whole film is definitely, they make a huge thing about them being Welsh, don't they?
Most of the soldiers are all like portrayed as these Welsh like proper farmers or salt of the earth lads, and Michael Caine plays like this like bumbling English leader who's not too sure, and like Stanley Baker is a uncut like leader. But I think in reality it's far less Welsh people than portrayed. So
I bloody would be when of course I'm going to be disappointed in the fucking ratios.
So I'm going to say it's 32, and that's correct. So yeah.
All right, I'll leave this dagger in my fucking heart, shall I? Because that in my recollection, it's like it was Wales versus the Zulus in that battle. Do you know what I mean? 32%.
Yeah, I know.
What's the fucking point? Burn my copy of the DVD now. That's gone.
You have it on DVD. That's cool.
No. I was just trying to be cool, dramatic. Yeah.
All right, this is cool. Cardiff City took the FA Cup out of England in 1927 with the help of a lucky cat named what? Mittens, Bella, Trixie.
Oh man, this was like my favourite year of Cardiff City as well. I've been following them for so long. Diane fan, I bleed blue.
I don't care about Cardiff either. I like football. I just don't. I'm a Welsh football fan rather than a regional. I'm going to say Mittens. That sounds like a 1927 name.
Mittens is a fun name as well. Go on, go for Mittens.
It was Trixie.
Trixie, because he's a tricksy bastard.
He's a tricksy I always think cats are girls and all dogs are boys, so I'd say he's a tricksy bastard.
That's what I was taught when I was in primary, and that's what I believe now, alright?
Which Welsh dam was blown up in a secret test for the Dam Busters mission? Garreg Ddu, Nant y Gro, or Llwyn On?
Oh, I had an answer in my head which I thought I knew, and it was none of those.
Really?
So,
were you thinking? What were you thinking?
I was thinking the one I went to recently, the dam in Avon Valley, is it?
Elan Valley.
Elan Valley. That's
what he did there, Elan Valley, they fought against the German dam busters.
Yes, that's where I'm getting confused. Yeah,
I think it's.
In an episode. I should remember such things. Yeah,
Nant y Gro, I think it is. I think I know this.
Give it the grow. Yeah, go on.
Correct. It was.
Ooh.
Who led the Chartists during the Newport Rising in 1839? John Frost, Robert Owen, or William Morgan?
Say those names again, mate.
They mean nothing to me. John Frost, Robert Owen, William Morgan.
I'm trying to think if you...
William Morgan
mentioned those. Oh no, we didn't do it.
No, this is Chartist. This is what we said we wanted to do it next.
That's the one we did. Dick Pendarian we were on about. Oh god, no, I'm not sure then, mate. That's.
Do you fancy William Morgan with me?
Go on then, yeah. I'll take you on.
Well, you're fucking wrong, you thick piece of shit. It's John Frost. Old Frosty himself.
Frosty.
Oh, Pringle.
Frost himself.
Old Pringle tube, or like the next one. What were the Rebecca riots rallying against? New farming technology, oppression of Welsh, or high tolls. I think they're the high tolls, weren't they?
High tolls, wasn't it?
Yeah.
High tolls, I'm sure it was.
Correct.
Yeah, got it.
So,
got one for you, Pringles.
This politician represented Cardiff South and Penarth. Who is he? And there's a photo of a man who looks like Henry Kissinger, and he's all black and white. And the options are Jim Callaghan, Aneurin Bevan, and Gwilym Lloyd George. Well, it's not Aneurin Bevan from the looks of it.
Because we just lost the question on that, didn't we?
Yeah, so, Lloyd George Avenue is down the bay, which would class as Cardiff South. So I reckon him.
Ooh, go on. That's some good detector.
Yeah, well, wrong. It's Jim Callaghan. You stupid fucking idiot.
Hell! Why'd you put the fucking street down there then?
Which English king was on the throne when Wales annexed to England by the laws of the Laws in Wales Act? It'd be Henry VIII. So it's Henry VII, Edward IV, or Henry VIII, and it's Henry VIII.
Henry VIII, surely.
Yeah, correct. What was the fate of famous Welsh rebel Owain Glyndŵr? Hung, drawn, quartered. He was pardoned, or he disappeared. We know that. Come on,
disappeared, baby,
idiots, mate. Correct. Let me make sure this is turned up next. Okay, and 29. This Scot was the first Labour MP elected in Merthyr Tydfil. What was his name? Arthur Henderson, Keir Hardie, like Keir Starmer, or Ramsay MacDonald.
I would only go Ramsay MacDonald because you did such a good Scottish accent with it, but
well,
I have no idea.
You'd be fucking wrong, lad. It's Keir Hardie, you bastard. If you ever hear Keir Hardie around here again,
fucking bastard. Yeah.
Oh, it was fucking Warriors. I can't do that now. It was fucking Warriors.
Did he turn up and say, "I'll crush you like a worm"?
Wallace, I'll crush you. Hey, I'm Keir Hardie, and I'm singing "Killed Jones" by Kyle Jones. What does she say?
I'm going to sing Cher Lloyd by Cher Lloyd or Rebecca G. Then. And don't forget all the trouble we got into.
Why does somebody not know how to flush a toilet after they've had a shit?
What do you mean?
Well, it was fucking one of yous. Disgusting!
I don't fucking... We're just reading off the best Scottish sound bites we can do, is it?
The final question, and what a question. Ooh. What was the name of the medieval ball game contested by neighbouring parishes in West Wales? Listen to the names they're giving it. Shinty, Bando, Knapan.
Fancy give a Bando, boys?
Anyone fancy give a Shinty? Anyone fancy your last game of
I know what I hate is they actually all seem quite plausible. Like,
they're better than
give a bando with the boys for me.
Oh, I was playing bando, wasn't I, ma'am? You can't have a go at me for
I'm
that.
sorry, ma'am. I got absolutely fucked up playing Shinto the other night.
Yeah. Oh, to get the answer. I know. It asked me to sign up for my answers, but fuck.
Fuck that. It's got. Well, we know the answer. I don't need to tell you. Knapan, baby.
Oh no, I mean for the overall, because we're at the very end of the quiz. I just put Schnapan, Knapan without even asking. Oh, okay. This is embarrassing. A decent attempt, currently. You know Wales well. You scored 18 out of 30, so we missed 12, man. That's bad.
Not quite 2/3 in. That's
no. What's that?
2-2? For people who run a Welsh history podcast, that's probably not quite good enough.
But we got tricked by the Owen Glyndŵr.
Yeah, so actually round that up to 19.
Yeah, and then round that up to 20. We are 2/3.
Well, I mean, but 19 is basically 20.
But we are also we are learning as we go, which I think makes us endearing. We need experts. We read the books and we become experts. We're not going to be experts all at once, are we? Sorry, Daddy. Sorry, I'm not perfect.
Some single solitary minute to learn something, will you guys? Come on.
Yeah, come on. I bet that's going to fucking damage us. We've ruined this. We now need messages of support.
This episode's never going out. We're never releasing this episode.
Also, it was chaotic at the start because I was so much drunker when I first started this. I'm better now. Daddy's better now.
Up?
I'm having
you missed, listeners, you missed earlier. Bloody Franco went, it's all right now. I've had 2 squares of what? Dairy milk, did you say?
Milky Bar.
Sorry, Milky Bar.
I didn't have any dinner. I had no tea tonight.
The absolute mass in your stomach is zilch at the moment.
But I went out to work with, like I said earlier, I went out with work friends, and I wasn't on Carlin. I was on a Spanish beer, not Madrid. It was called Malaga.
Malaga?
It was actually, Malaga lager. It was beautiful, but stronger than I was waiting for. I think it's called Malaga lager.
You thought you wouldn't eat as well? You thought, sod it, I'll just go in with a liquid dinner. Yeah,
but then I had Carlin, and it topped me off again. It sobered me up.
The poison your body recognises. Yeah, you've got a resistance to that.
Back on terra firma. I was fine.
It's such a fucking stupid thing to say in terms of Carlin, terra firma.
Well, we got another episode to do, so shall we wrap this on the head? Yeah. I don't know how good this episode was. It was very chaotic.
I know. If we had didn't like it, guys. Also, we were plagued a little bit with I hate to fucking corral you back to season 1. We were corralled with tech issues.
Yeah. Well, I'll edit it and I'll see how it goes. Maybe we'll do this again at a later date. We'll see. Anyway, we'll give it a go. I'll do my best.
All right. Yeah, cheers,
Diolch yn gwrando. Carry on doing what you're doing, guys, because we're really appreciating the stars. You're helping us up the rankings. Keep it going. We really appreciate it. Drop us messages. We like interacting with you maniacs, and we'll speak to you all soon.
We do. We love it. Cheers, guys. Ta-ra. Guys and gals. Ta-ra, ta-ra, ta-ra.